Hey guys, and welcome to part 15 of the Resident Evil 6 playthrough. We have just defeated a helicopter, and now we're after the invisible snake that we saw in the previous part. Yes, it's Salazar Slytherin's snake.
The basilisk.
What was that language it spoke? Parseltongue?
Parseltongue, yeah.
Imagine if the snake spoke like that here, I'd be like, what the fuck? When did Snake get the intelligence to talk?
Did they explain in the Harry Potter? They probably did, but it's been ages since I've seen it. But in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, did Harry realise he was speaking Parseltongue, or was he just being a dick?
I think he didn't understand at first, but then they explained that obviously when Voldemort died, he is so latched onto the last living thing they can find, and that was Harry, hence the scar. So it gave him the ability to talk to snakes.
Mm.
Damn it! Let this thing show itself.
You know, I never actually thought of that actually when in the middle of this recording it did not give me Harry Potter flashbacks, this giant snake. Then again, it's invisible.
Yeah.
And it looks like an actual snake. Where compared to say the basilisk, it was more... It looked more like a combination of a dragon head, but with a snake body.
And then Fox comes in and just scratches his eyes up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to go by yourself, eh? But yeah, the snake can go invisible. That is not a graphical glitch.
Captain, wait!
Fucking snakes.
Look, he was even ready to aim at his own men.
What the hell were you thinking, pulling a kamikaze stunt like that?
Right, let's take a moment of silence for Roger Craig Smith's best performance as Chris.
These are my men. You follow my lead or I'll find someone who will.
Do you even hear yourself?
Fall in line, soldier.
Before I bitch slap you.
Another thing about the snake actually is that its teeth can actually move. Like that.
Shut up.
Okay. That was weird.
I think we'll see it later on in the cutscene actually, before we actually fight this damn snake.
Is that a rat?
Yeah, it's just a random rat.
I could just hear it squeak.
By the way, what's also what the game has is that it also has a record system which keeps record every time you say how many points you earned, how many headshots, how many times you played online, and also a kill count, how many enemies you killed. The rats count. And so if you just happen to say slide down the stage and accidentally hit a rat, it counts as a kill.
It's scabbers.
Look, there's one right there. After it.
Clear.
Clear, but there's rats everywhere.
It's not here either.
Where's Peter Pettigrew's in here somewhere?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Actually, you can't save him.
That sounded violent.
Well, what do you think? It's a motherfucking snake. But then you gotta feel bad for Chris, actually. Here he is, where he's already lost one group of men, here's his second group, and now he's losing them to the snake. He just can't get a good day, can he?
No.
Not getting away, you sneaky piece of shit!
Instead of sneaky, instead of snaky.
Yeah.
You snaky piece of shit.
What, no. They should have done that, actually, for this specific bit, when you jump down a cliff, or something like that, it plays the Metal Gear theme. Snake Eater! Right, at this bit, me and Steven are temporarily split up. He is 2 floors below me and I'm on the 3rd floor.
Pierce here. I'm on the 3rd floor.
So now we have to go into the 2nd floor because that's where the snake is.
Okay.
He's gone. You better hold yourself.
This is where it actually tries to be scary, actually, because you're walking around and then you can hear it now. You can hear the snake hissing.
That thing's here.
So at least I'll give it credit here. It's trying to be scary in the one campaign where it's Gears of War.
Well, it must be terrifying for anyone that has a phobia of snakes.
I would imagine so. I mean, I don't have a phobia of snakes, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be in the same room with one, if you know what I mean. Especially if it's like the anaconda or the cobra.
Yeah.
Like the anaconda is the one that squeezes you to death.
And the boa constrictor, which is like one of the big ones.
Aye.
Everything's going with us.
So that's the snake gone for now. So there's Steven outside the door. So And here's Steven going to do another bit of douchey magic with Chris here as I open the door.
What took you so long?
Asshole. He was just standing at the door the whole time.
Yes, he was just standing there waiting for me. And I think the way the laser sight bounces off the snake like that is to show you, to show you it's there. Shoot it.
Yeah.
We find that piece of shit and we put it down fast and hard.
Okay, I don't know why it spun the chair, but okay. Then again, what is the amusing thing about spinning on a chair? Jeff Tracy?
Poor bastard.
The Thunderbirds are going out of business. No.
He's still got that cigar in his mouth, hasn't he?
Right, here we are, boss time. Oh god, it's these pigs again!
Where are you, you son of a bitch?
Hello! I'm still in this playthrough too.
Ah, he's in the pig.
No, in the pig you find a walnut mushroom.
It's like a chaos snake or something like that, isn't it?
See what I mean by about the teeth?
Yeah.
A little bit too much, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right. Now, your strategy with the snake is you have to stand still and wait for it to calm down. You'll hear it in the distance and then you'll be able to... But if you have really good eyesight, you should be able to see the graphic there, which tells you it's there, and then you have to shoot it, otherwise it will do high damage. It's one of those bosses where the moment you see it, just unload everything and don't stop, or it could just shit like this. And when it does that, when it's getting ready for attack, it's best just to roll to the side.
Yeah.
Because this boss fight, the snake does not come down on the ground; it stays up on the roof. Now, it's crawling into that vent, but here's the thing: when you crawl into that, it's gonna pull you along that vent. If you fail to shoot it off your legs, you will die. Game over.
This is quite tense, this, I must say.
Yeah, this is, again, like I said, this is the only moment in Chris's campaign where it tries to be like Resident Evil scary. Because, you know, you got a big, massive fucking snake. I don't know why Steven was posing like a French girl there, but... This bit, actually, it really depends on who gets out of the ventilation first. So if Steven came out first, he would go through this on his screen.
Thanks.
And a magic flying box. Usually the strategy is when you hear it hissing, it means it's still in the room. So you just have to wait until you don't hear any more hissing, and then you move on.
Yeah. I know this snake can take a lot of bullets, can't it?
Well, I think isn't that a thing where the bigger you are, the more bullets you can take?
Aye.
Compared to, say, this, like, imagine if the snake, this snake was threatened at first, then it turned out it was a hologram of a tiny little snake, and all I can do was just a little nibble.
Thing is in here. Time to put an end to this.
Yeah, I'll admit, yeah, it does give me. This can give you a few jump scares if you have no idea where the snake is. And again, like you said, it depends if you have a phobia of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, there's a lot of people that have different phobias. Like, there's some that don't like animatronics, some that don't like clowns, which is understandable.
What would you do if it was like a giant spider you were fighting?
Oh, I'll be like, I don't like. That's another thing about my phobias. Actually, I don't like eels and I don't like massive spiders. Like, see those ones like the size of your hand? Fuck no. But see those tiny ones that we always get? No problem. Because if you think about the spider's perspective, they're actually terrified of you because you're massive from their perspective. And yeah, yeah, this is a little speedrun trick to not waste your stamina while crawling down. Because yes, that when you crawl, you go in a snail's pace, but if you press the X button, you can speed up, but it costs that stamina. So the best way is just to lie on your back and then roll.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Johnny Bravo comedy actually, where there you go. Look, I killed a rat.
Poor rat. Scabbers.
No, what was I saying about the Johnny Bravo thing? What was that one where he's on fire and then the fireman comes out and nowhere? Stop, turn, and roll.
Oh, I can't remember that. See, I didn't really watch Johnny Bravo as much as the other Cartoon Network shows.
It was always Ed, Ed, and Eddie that you were the fond of.
Aye.
Come on, douchey Chris, you don't want to be late for your revenge, do you? No, this is where the snake says, "Fuck off! Fuck with the invisibility. I'm gonna attack his head on." But here's the thing: you see that electric line there?
Yeah.
We need to go. There's a switch on the opposite side of this room. We need to activate that, and what it does, there's some water in this pathway. There's some water down here. You need to shock that water when the snake is on that water, and it kills it.
Okay.
But it's all based on timing, and the problem is that this snake can decide when he wants to go up to the top platform or not. It's not strict, but the way to do it is one person has to go up to the top there, activate the switch, while the other has to be bait for the snake.
Right. Okay.
Because if you both go up here, it's going to go up and attack you with the switch and miss that water there.
Marco, I need power for this thing.
So just yeah, I got attacked by the snake off screen.
That was one giant plug.
Well, it's supposed to be a generator. So see what I mean? The snake can decide to come up here or not. And I'm clipping through it. So at this point, Steven is going to try and be the bait so he can get it to go under that water. And, yep, see what I mean? Look. The snake does that half the time. And that's half my health gone already. Not to worry, I've got my hairspray.
I trust the hairspray.
Because I'm worth it. And snake dead. Yes. I'm melting! I think that's what happens when if you're infected by the sea virus with needle, you'll melt when you die.
Marco.
I think it's kind of like the... I think I mentioned in the last Plagueis actually in Resident Evil 5, the way it takes control of you and when it dies it consumes you to hide itself when dying. Here, now that Chris has lost his squad, how long do you think it'll be before this man suffers the same fate?
Won't be long now, will it?
Aye.
At least we got it.
Oh, there was one time actually in this particular chapter we were going through, me and Steven were going through Professional actually. You know that plug that that connects to the generator? There's one bit where Steven turns around but he doesn't see the electricity, the plug in time, and he gets shocked.
This is crazy. It's not safe in here. We need to pull out. Captain!
Oh shit.
Looking for me, boys?
Ada! I wonder what. I don't understand why Ada's got such a vendetta against Chris, considering she's all, oh Leon, come to my arms and all that.
We've got no choice. We have to kill him. He'd do the same for us.
Oh, it's a new mutation.
Is that flies?
Bees.
Bees?
Well, these are actually bees, and they actually form a body of a person. But these don't take damage. The only way to get rid of these bees is to kill that queen one there. To get the queen out, you have to shoot the body, and then when that's flying, when the queen's done, the rest will die.
Okay.
But the weird thing is that the body itself is in the shape of a female. Then again, I suppose it makes sense because usually it's queen bee. So that was the end of Marco. Poor old Marco. A character we only knew for what? Oh, 10 minutes.
So I think the one line I can remember him saying was, "We fried that son of a bitch." That was it.
Look at Chris's face here. Look at his derpy face. Now, this is something that Steven loves to bring up. You know that door there? We have to go through it, but see, we've been kicking doors, exactly the same doors, with we've just been kicking down. So what do? We use a C4.
The significance?
Nope. because we can just kick these doors. So you just wasted a C4, Redfield. Well done. Ah, I hate walls.
He's probably like, oh, he's really lost it this time.
Yeah.
After what she's done to us, how many of our men are dead because of that bitch?
I'm right there with you.
So he said bitch, he's like, bitch!
You've been blinded by vengeance. We could have prevented some of those deaths.
Shut up.
What nice comeback.
Do you even care about our mission anymore?
Shut up!
I feel sorry for all
Oh, fuck.
that died believing in you. What happened to the legendary Chris Redfield, huh? What happened to you?
Why are you and Steven having a fight?
It's Finn trying to calm him down, see sense. Now, that line right there where he says it's good thing Finn's not around here to see this way, I believe that would have made a little bit more impact if he mentioned Jill. Like, it's a good thing Jill's not seen you in this rage, and I think he would have lost it completely and had a bit more impact, because Chris loves Jill.
Someone's gotta keep an eye on you, whether you want them to or not.
I'm not sure if this was confirmed or not, but I do recall looking up an image of, I think it was a Portuguese magazine, of a strategy guide of it, and there was a section where it's giving you biography on each of the characters. I believe there was a section where it says, after a while, Chris married his long life partner, Jill Valentine, in 2012. But the game does not confirm if they're still a thing or not. So now we're going to have to go after Ada, but I have to keep an eye on this little fuck nugget to make sure he doesn't rage it. But yeah, you have a thing for that, don't you? When it comes to a serious scene like that, you can't help but laugh.
So that tries to add in a little joke there saying, why are you and Steven fighting?
Fine again. That won't be a problem. Ada's just playing with you. When are you gonna realize that?
I'm not stupid enough to fall for her bullshit. We should have a
Yes, you are, Chris.
I mean, look at that temper tantrum you had like a minute ago.
And then not to mention, why are you going after Ada then if you're not going to fall for it? That doesn't make any sense. Right, now we have to yeah, Steven wanted to show that off where if your partner lands on the boat and it causes it to shake, your partner will collapse. So now we've got a sniper battle going on, so we have to cut through the, what's it called, a shipyard or a yacht? It's one of those places where they park your boats, a yacht shipyard or something like that?
Like a harbour.
Yeah, like a harbour. Obviously it's in shambles. Shambles Harbour, how about that? And those green lines are basically the enemy's sniper rifles. It's basically letting you know it's ready to fire. Now they actually change colour depending on the colour of your reticle you want to do. So say like for example, it's like in this game actually you can actually change the colour of your red dot or the cycle thing. You can have either the standard red or you can have blue, yellow, green and pink. I went with the green.
Pink would be awesome.
Pink is fabulous. And Steven went for the blue because that's his colour. So now we've got what you saw just there. Actually, we've got regulars with sniper rifles, but now we've also got grasshoppers with sniper rifles. And now we're gonna have cocoons hatching as well. That's the one thing about the cocoons. Actually, you don't know what's gonna hatch up. Booyah.
You didn't suspect a thing, did you?
No, because he was busy aiming at Steven. Now here's the thing actually, these cocoons, they do take a while to hatch, but if you're quick enough with your shotgun, just like Steven there, what you can do is you can abuse the quick. Usually when you switch weapons you should press left or right or the D-pad. But what you can do is actually, with like a bolt-action sniper rifle or a shotgun, when you, just a millisecond after you fire it, you can switch back and forth and ignore the pullback or the recoil thing, and you can fire faster. And with that, you can get rid of the cocoons before they even hatch.
Okay.
But they take a lot of bullets. It's one of those things I do with bolt action rifles to ignore the pullback reticle to slow me down. Well, I don't know. Do you want me to jump on the boat with you lying on your ground then? Right, now we're gonna have a do or die situation here. Ada, you owe me a bag of chips! And another chopper.
feel like the helicopters in this game though.
Now this bit, you have to constantly stop. You have to constantly run. If you slow down, you'll die.
I thought this was going to be like Crash Bandicoot style or something here.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the boulder chasing in a way, because this helicopter's destroying all the platforms, but you can't fight the helicopter just yet. You just have to get as far as you can, because again, you're on water, and if you sink to that water, it counts as a game over. And they throw enemies in the way just to make it hard on you. But the best way is just to ignore them. Like, go past them or slide underneath them, because you can't afford to slow down. And sometimes this helicopter's really picky, actually, especially with the AI, because sometimes the AI will go by, sometimes it'll get hit, which causes a game over. Grasshoppers, get out of the way.
We can just get to that building.
Don't bother trying to take on these guys, just go.
Just run.
Aye, because they'll fall into the water anyway. Right, now we can face off that chopper.
We got a visual on Ada 1. We're in pursuit.
This is HQ.
Insert Arnold to get to the chopper here.
Ada 1 has been spotted moving down the canal.
Now, the boss fight is exactly the same as the original chopper, but except you're in a different location, and you've got to use the inside of the rooms to your advantage. Because as strong as the helicopter is, it won't destroy the walls. Plus there's some grenade shells in here so you can pick yourself up. And I don't know why they're wearing glass masks, these Juavo. Maybe it's because to hide identities, not because when you look at it, the Juavo, the only thing they have when you design them is just the spider eyes. I mean, they look like regular humans. And there's a second chopper down.
And I bet Chris still isn't happy.
Nope.
Let's go.
Now you would think we should just evacuate this boat quickly, but no, we're protected by the plot. We're gonna refill some ammunition here. Don't worry about the flames. That's just all natural there. Steven, are you coming? That's a
Just made it.
Aye. Give it credit. That was a fancy boat.
Now we get Ada. Copy that.
Now we have to go after Ada.
That wasn't bad.
Booyah. I can only be as quick as I can, Stevie.
She's here.
Go for a splash! And again, if you see a red barrel, shoot it. Michael Bay orders you to. It's in your contract. You'll get 20% discount if you do. Right, as we break up more wooden boxes that are conveniently lying around, we'll see you in the next part, folks.